Hello everyone. In the earlier video, we had seen what a destroying a defender is. So today, we would look at a few examples on it. So let's start. Before each puzzle, I would request you to first pause the video, think about what the possible solution could be, then resume and see if what you thought was correct or not. So let's start with the easiest one of all. So here what we see is we want to take this bishop, but this is defended by this rook. So what do? We destroy this defender. Like we make an exchange. So is the rook takes rook and the pawn takes a rook. Now this becomes a hanging piece. A hanging piece is a one which is not defended by any other piece. So we take this bishop here. So now moving on for the second puzzle. Here also we see that we can take this knight, take this bishop had the knight not been here. So what do? We destroy this knight, that is, we make an exchange, and now we can take this bishop because this is a hanging piece. So once again, what do? This bishop is defended by this knight, so we capture this knight. So the bishop takes the bishop, and we take the bishop now. So moving on for the third one. So here there is actually a mix. There is also a knight fork here, as you would observe soon. So what do? We first see that we want to capture this bishop here so that we could make a knight fork. Like technically that could have happened if black played a waiting move. So, but this is defended by this knight. So what do? We destroy this knight, that is, we make an exchange sacrifice. So what is an exchange sacrifice? And exchange sacrifice is a one where we exchange our rook for a knight. So this exact thing is known as an exchange sacrifice. It is more of a trade, but in chess literature, this is known as an exchange sacrifice. So first we make this exchange sacrifice. So now we take this bishop, but we observe that if we take this bishop, then there is a knight fork here. So here comes a knight fork, and we take this rook. So once again, we destroy this defender of this bishop, and the rook takes rook. Now we make a knight fork. So this is the final puzzle, and this is slightly harder, but if we think a bit, we can find the tactic here. Tactics actually. There are two tactics here that we would use. One is a double attack. Then we have the destroying the defender. So first let us look at a possible double attack here. So if you can see, if the queen comes here at this point, then there is a double attack like this and like this. But this double attack is prevented by this knight. This knight. So what do? We need to prevent this. So we destroy this knight. So now this was an exchange sacrifice again. So the rook takes rook. Now we can make our double attack. So this is the double attack. And the rook comes here, and we have our rook. So once again, this was the move that white played with an intention to capture this pawn. But instead what we do, we saw that there is a potential double attack here, but it is defended by this knight. So we destroy the defender. We take this, takes. Now this check and block, and we have the knight. By the way, it won't block like this. It would instead move the king here because there was a slight mistake. If the white rook blocks it, then we can also take this. And then the queen has to move somewhere, and then we take a row. So we have an extra advantage here. So we won't do that. I mean, the white won't do that. It would instead move the king quietly and we would take the rook. So once again, going over it one final time. It takes. Now we take the queen, the king moves quietly and we take a rook. So now going over all the puzzles once again. So this is the piece that we want and this is the defender. So we destroyed the defender. And in this one, what we do is, this is the defender and we want to destroy it of this bishop. So takes. And now in the third one, there was a knight fork as well. So take, exchange sacrifice, takes and knight fork. In the fourth one, we make an exchange sacrifice for a double attack instead of knight fork. So this was a double attack. And that's how we end this tutorial. In the next subsequent videos, we would look at some more advanced tactics like overload, clearance, and attraction. Attraction is also called decoy or deflection and so on. So we end here now. Thanks for watching.